Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Adjacent with Jace, the tabletop interview and review show for the Adventures of Thor, brought to you by the Black Tower Stories. I am your host, Jace, and with me today, we have back now a guest of high standard who will make sure you bow or have your name slandered, while relieving his stress as a constant, but not always keeping his conscience. He's who you want to negotiate for sure, but his high fees won't satiate the poor, but he must feed his habits once more, especially with what happened at Galator. So give your cheers till he's pandered, lest he leaves the show ill-mannered. Thank you for showing up, Raab. Clearly, I'm off to a rough start.
Yeah, it's going to get rougher, because I know we negotiated $40 for me to join tonight, but it's actually going to be $80. I hope
That's all the time we have for tonight. Good night, everybody.
Oh.
You might need a ladder, old Raab, to get that check. That fucker's gonna bounce. Get that sucker off the roof.
I mean, $80, that's roughly the cost to get one ticket to a movie these days, I think.
Well, avoid you get the popcorn.
I don't go to movies.
No one goes to movies. That's a dying fad.
Wait,
thing.
what's a movie?
The pictures, so they flash back and forth really quickly, and it makes a moving image.
Oh, so GIFs.
Yeah, those, but they're longer.
Oh.
They're like 2 hours.
Oh.
It's a long-ass GIF. Only at the end, it doesn't repeat itself. It just kind of stops.
Oh, that... You know what? It's okay. I'm sure they're great.
Nah, not really.
Well, then I've saved a lot of money in my lifetime.
Yay, congratulations. So I'm off to a bad start for the second week in a row as I clicked the wrong button, and two, my intro needs work. I blame it on my sobriety. Last week, no excuses.
Maybe you should just blame it on, who would be really fun to blame things on right now? Politics? Nah, let's wait a month to blame things on politics. The housing market. I'm pretty sure the housing market is to blame here.
I feel like I don't blame the Russians enough.
You know what? We ended up kind of getting political. I mean, not fully, but I mean, those are some political talking points. You know what? The Russians hijacked the stream, and that's the reason why. You didn't actually do a bad job. They just, cut out the feed at random times.
That's right. They hacked this one particular stream.
What they don't know is you actually sold your digital facial rights for $80, and this is just AI.
This is what you get for $80, guys.
That's, I mean...
A lot of stuff going on for $80.
What can I get for 100?
Well, let's see that this tavern front covers up quite a bit below the waist, so I mean it could really be anything. Anyway, welcome, Raab. It's been basically 2 months since you've been on.
Yeah.
So a lot of shit has happened.
Yeah, I've been busy IRL, and then I think there's a lot going on in our campaign, and it's fun to see some new faces. It's refreshing. It's a good time.
You're Mr. Too Big for my show. I see how it is.
Oh, no. I'm just a terrible person.
Oh, okay. That makes two of us. Welcome to the club. And welcome to the show. Today's special is a joke.
Okay, wait, hold on.
It's hard to read.
Hold on.
You gotta get real close to it.
Deli meat and...
Deli meat and cheese.
Cheese?
Because I couldn't spell charcuterie.
I thought of... Okay, honestly, my initial reaction was that is some weirdly spelled word that tries to look like cheese, but when I pronounce it, you're going to be like, oh, cheese on these nuts.
That's a good one. I should start implementing those on these.
I feel
when I trick Aaron into getting on the show again, I'll do a D's nuts joke.
You know what? I feel like everyone deserves to be hit with D's nuts.
That's right. A good teabag.
Yeah, what is that? The down joystick? I'm just mashing down on
Crouch.
the joystick. Yeah.
I'm gonna crouch all over this place. Yeah. Welcome, welcome. So we have a lot of questions that I've prepared. So you haven't been here for a month. We'll start things off with one. How have you been? We've already answered that already.
I've been good. I've been busy. You know, on the IRL, I've had a couple of vacations. I started a new job. I've also been the same, which is also avoiding socialization at times. So when you combine those like magical things together, it's either I'm busy on Thursdays or my social battery is so depleted that it might make one jump into a river in a cave and float away from their party just to like be away from things.
All coming back together. Well, I'm glad you're back on. So
Same.
now we can get into some good questions. Unless
Yeah, well, I will say I got excited earlier today when I was like, oh, I'm on a Jason with Jace tonight. Nice. I was like, man, it's been a while. It's good to be back. Slightly sad that because I was looking at the calendar, I was like, well, maybe I can try to like get on the next session, which is the Halloween session, and we could do like a Halloween 2.0. But I'm busy that night.
someone else will have to embarrass themselves.
That's true. And they have to wear the same outfit that I wore. I still have all of the like nurse looking stuff. I'll send it to them.
I'm gonna wear something different. We gotta. It's probably too late at this point since no one really has costuming talent in the group to everyone dress up as their own characters on one of our shows. But whatever.
Wait, I mean like it's basically 3 weeks.
I could do it, but I already did it, so I gotta do it again.
Fair.
That wig is in the same place it was when I took it off last.
Oh, you need to treat your wigs better.
Nah, it was like $15. I don't have to treat. Well, on to our first question. This is the question I've been starting the last couple of them off, and it's basically how you feel about other characters. This one is you find a necklace full of fireballs, and who do you trust with it, and who do you trust the least?
Okay, necklace full of fireballs?
This is, if you recall, when we fought well, you were dead at the time, so I don't know if you really saw it. You might have walked away.
I actually, I did not watch any of the sessions when I was dead, specifically just for like continuity purposes. Like, I don't want to know I'm dead. But continue.
Well, it was also a magic item we found before you died. It's a necklace. It's got several beads on it, and this was the annul beads.
Oh.
Each bead is a fireball, and fireballs powerful 3rd level spell, blows up a lot of stuff, does a ton of damage. But a necklace full of them means it's got like 10 fireballs, and if you throw all of them, they all explode. So it's who do you trust with basically a bomb, and who don't you trust with a bomb?
I would say first off, I would trust Calum because, I mean, let's be honest, with the party, just in terms of general trust, the people that I've known the most would be the highest trusted. And while there are things that I would trust Azal with,
I'm never the highest on this pick, by the way. No one picks me.
having a fun weapon is definitely. I mean, listen, like Azal would use that as an excuse to like, oh, I was walking down the street, and a child was dying of hunger, and said, if I throw this necklace of fireballs and explode a grandma next to me, I won't be hungry anymore. And Azal would throw it.
It's a good excuse and a great accent.
It was a terrible accent.
Don't worry,
like,
mine's not any better.
No, yours is actually not bad. I mean, is it going to be cast in a movie? No, but for like what we're doing, it's a-okay. Some people can't do accents. I am not one of them. I don't even know what that could.
It was a valiant effort, is what it was.
Yeah, I am not skilled with the voice, which is probably why you hear a lot of just my voice in Volred. But anyways, I would trust you the least out of you and Calum. And in terms of these two new characters, I, 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 I guess in theory, I would not trust Ari's character the most. I mean, just because, like, literally, like, bro just, like, pulls up. He's some, like, oh, I deal with the dead people. Like, you smell like the dead. Like, that just seems like
Kind of rude.
kind of rude. So, like, Yandere, like, you're still, like, real too early to be sus, so you're probably on the bottom of the list, but, like, Kelmec is, like, not that far up. It's just more like, hey, you've been around for, like, a few more sessions, and, um, you seem like you might not just do something stupid, but, like, I'm not sure.
Fair enough. I mean, I 100% would blow myself up the first chance I thought it would be an effective combat strategy.
Okay, so out of our new characters, which do you trust the least
With fireballs or just in general?
in general?
Uh, Trust is a strange word. Because I don't know when Volred will make a decision. It's like, I want to do this. But I'm pretty sure Calum will make a bad decision at some point, which will screw over the entire party. I'm going to go with trusting Calum the least at this point. Even though we just met the two new characters. Because, one, they're both people of some kind of faith or holy order, and I know arcane magic is not always great. And plus, his book is evil. So I'm like,
So basically, you just don't trust Caleb.
yeah, I don't know, 100% don't trust him. Also, he put me as the trust the least in that thing, too. I'm like, jerk. No one trusts
See,
me with a fireball.
That's the thing. I have to say, Zal and Caleb, I'm still waiting for some sort of, like, zest. Some, what's that, like, salt guy just, like,
Salt Bay?
Salt Bay? Like, I'm waiting for some, like, fireworks to happen. Not to say there hasn't been interesting things, but I'm just kind of like, okay, one of y'all, at least, is going to, like, just completely throw the biggest curveball. Maybe both. Probably both. But, like, who's going to do it first? And then is that curveball going to fuck with the other person's plan?
It's a good idea. It's a great way of putting it. Because Calum has cast multiple spells against me, where I have just done harmless pranks that have just gotten him in trouble occasionally.
What was that one prank we did where, like, we pretended that they were...
The gorilla? Was it the gorilla
Was that
one?
what it was? Yeah.
It was the bear.
It was the bear. Yeah. Arthur shapeshifted into the bear and then acted like he was wrecking shit. Were you one of the people who was like...
I got shot.
That was funny, though. Volred loves entertainment.
Determine that I will make a bad decision. Well, I won't make a decision I didn't think it through, but it's not always going to be a good decision. It's just going to be, let's see what happens.
That's fair.
Where, like, Gorbek is chaotic. Like, I would say chaotic neutral. I'm, like, chaotic good. Like, I'm going to do something fun. It might break the law a little, but no one's really going to get hurt. Gorbek might try to kill someone if someone crossed him.
Where would you put Volred on the spectrum?
I would say you're chaotic neutral. Like, you're not going to go either way, but if it's going to be entertaining and it's not going to put you in a bad position, you're pretty much down for it. Like, let's see what happens.
I'm DTF, down to fun.
Down for chaos.
DFC.
Yeah. That was a good one. I guess I'll skip ahead to some of these questions I had since we're already kind of on the topic. What are your thoughts on Kelmac's character so far?
So in general, like as a player, I like the character. I think Kelmec is interesting. I like what Aaron has done, just kind of in terms of like introduction and first parts. But like as a I guess character, I think Volred is still apprehensive a little bit, especially with the whole like bro has some crazy like nightmare bullshit ish stuff going on. But Volred has also not mentioned that to anyone else, so there's a possible problematic thing maybe going on. But like just in general, I'm very interested to see how Kelmec plays out.
What are your thoughts? Been one session in. What's your thought on the cleric?
Who?
Cleric.
Who?
That I don't have his name down in front of me. So Raab? Is an R? Is it an R word?
Huh?
Is it Yandere?
It is.
I do have it in front of me.
Ari's character, Yandere.
This character.
Oh.
I
Thanks, Britmix. I love
Britmix Studio at it again.
Yeah, I love what you did, like, with the hair. I mean, like, the whole thing, but, like, that layered hair gives off some sort of, like, slutty emo vibe. Like, oh, it's 2012, and, like, it's kind of past the emo phase, but, like, I've still kind of, like, rocked with it, and I'm just gonna, like, show up, like, overdressed to an event, but not like professionally overdressed, but I'm just gonna be like kind of extra. But then like people are just gonna vibe with me because I just talk and ask a lot of questions.
I like the term leprechaun Sephiroth.
Yeah. But yeah, so what was the question? How I feel about Yandere?
One session in, how do you feel?
I'm not gonna lie. Ari always makes me laugh, especially in characterization. I mean, just from the bat, it was just like here's a joke. 5 minutes later, I'm gonna hit you with something else. It makes me want to laugh really hard, and it's just very aloof, which is kind of difficult. I feel like. Well, Kelmec is very interesting, and I'm sure there's a lot to dig in there. There's a little more sort of a... Wait, why are you doing that? You're distracted.
You put him away.
Oh, no.
I'll bring back the eye candy. Back with the eye candy. Here we go.
Ooh. Yeah, look at those feet. Those got to be like some big feet.
It's got those sylvan feet.
Okay, so sorry, I'm gonna derail here. Who in our party would be most likely to like have a foot fetish? And why is it Eric? Whom?
Because he technically plays every character that's not us, so statistically, one of them.
Yeah, I don't think he's on here, is he?
Oh, he is. He's made a couple comments.
Wait, I don't see any comments. Who? I see Britmix and
Well, it's in red. I think I can move it.
No, I just see Britmix.
Well, because she chose her color as blue, because she's a moderator, and I'm not putting Eric as a moderator on my thing.
I was trying to make a joke that I was like ignoring that he was here.
Oh, even better.
Yeah, I see Britmix commenting.
I like this new character.
Yeah,
I also liked Arthur too.
I do miss. I really what one of the kind of continual gags that I miss is the whole like Arthur's mom sort of statements. I
Art.
feel like yeah, I feel like there is something just like really endearing about like the wisdom and advice um, that is gone for now. I mean, I don't know, maybe we'll get like some random letter in the mail from Arthur who's like giving us some advice and is like, my mom always said like dot dot dot.
Like a fortune cookie. Like, this is your horoscope.
Yes. But yeah, new characters. I like what I'm seeing. I think it's fun. I'm like, don't get me wrong. It's been great with uh, you and Kilmo. But there have been times where I'm like, oh, like let's get back to that 5-person group and like see what chaos sort of reigns.
We all know it gets boring. We need more people, so bring in the juice that is Ari. I'm gonna put him away. No more juice.
Mm. Okay.
On to another question. All right, we got those two to take care of. How do you think we handled the session where it was just 3 characters?
Um. I mean, we've had a few sessions like that. I mean, how many do you think we've had as us three?
Probably when it was strictly just the 3 people after Arthur had left.
Maybe about four?
We had 4 or 5.
Yeah. I mean, I think it went pretty well. I think we did a good job. I mean, personally, on a like me as a person level, I do like having the more people because I think there's more perspectives, more sort of dumb stuff that can come up. I just think, when you're making a fat of creative juices, the more different sort of liquids you could pour in there, blends together for a more unique taste. But I think we all did a good job. I mean, obviously, you and Kilmo have been playing D&D and role playing for quite a while. Obviously Eric too. Eric does a great job at kind of putting us in a position to, prosper and have fun. So I think for me is I know this campaign's gone for more than a year now, but I do still, see myself as kind of the new person in the group, and at times, I think there's a timid factor of, oh, I should jump in here, I shouldn't jump in here. And overall, I think I've done a good job at just kind of bringing it. But what's hard as Volred is, I'm trying to be a little kind of, especially right now and what's happening to him, a little hot and cold, right? He's going through some shit that he hasn't worked through. And then me and a player, it's like, okay, well, I'm trying to bring that sort of role playing along, but then there's that other level of just like, oh, sort of like football, like when you're the quarterback and you're holding the ball for a little too long because you're making your reads and you're trying to like make the perfect pass, but you hold it on too long and the play's evaporated. But then you got the backup quarterback who comes in and sees the first read and immediately zings it to him, and everyone's like, oh man, that quarterback, the backup's better, but he really isn't. It's just the one here's overthinking it. This never happened in real life. This is just a random example.
We don't get sports references here. This is a D&D one.
No. So it's like when the archer,
not in a rush to get you into anything.
No. Not at all. I see what you did there, and it was dactastic.
That was a bit of a stretch, but
I know, I couldn't think of a good one.
His name's Dakota. Like, what are you gonna do with Dakota? Something about what in the state we're in, but that's a stretch.
Oh, depression.
There we go. We're all in a state of depression. Yeah, we had 4. According to Eric, we had 4 sessions, or I guess 3 sessions of us, just the 3-man group.
Yeah, I think it went well. I mean, like I said, I think to a point more is better. Obviously, that cancels out at some point. How did you think it went?
I think it went exactly how it was going to go. Like, you've got three characters, one being you, who's fairly new. Year's great, and you're hilarious. You have your own sense of humor, which is awesome. One is Kilmo, who is about as charismatic as a wet blanket, and I've told him that to his face, and I'll say it here. Like, and he knows, like, he doesn't role play that well, but he's great with the game. And there's me, who's not playing a character who can really do anything other than probably get someone in trouble. So, like, let's see how this bumpy ass road goes.
Fair enough.
Like,
Yeah.
that was not exactly the A team of three people to be putting together.
You know what though? Sometimes when it's not the A team, it's just more fun.
Well, during we were left alone for one session, and you and I did a beanie. So
Yeah, that's true. And it didn't go well. I mean, I didn't.
it went great. We didn't get arrested or anything. That's all you could ask for.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. It didn't succeed what we were hoping, but I also didn't kill a random shop owner who probably was super innocent. We don't know, but I'm assuming they were. Um,
She probably had drugs or something up in her cod, or you wouldn't know.
Drugs, you say?
Hard drugs, like the illegal kind, like
Hard
meth.
drugs, you say?
The kind
Oh,
that'll
no, no,
ruin your
not,
life.
not meth.
The
No,
bad kind.
no, no. Just Full Red just likes party drugs.
The party ones, not the bad kind.
Yeah, not meth. Not Eric? What is the in-game version of heroin? Because Full Red doesn't want that.
Skooma.
Skooma. Well, if I ever hear that again, like, hey, party, like some random merchant pops up,
Hello, gents.
would you like some skooma mixed with pale ale?
I won't take the bail ale, but I'll take that skooma.
Yeah. Yeah, this drug will ruin your life. I'll take four.
You don't want no part of this. It'll ruin your life.
Sign me up.
Is this like a one-way ticket or like express? Let's go. What are your thoughts, and what had you possibly worried the most, if anything, when we went into the sewers the first and second time?
You know what? Honestly, the first time I was not totally worried because any of my possible worries were canceled out by our great guests that had joined us. Um, I'm sorry I forget their names, but I remember the frog Cletus. Definitely, I think Cletus does belong on the list of like notable like adjacent names. Not steal the name of this title, but it's like you got the Mizaks, the Ziggles, the Cletuses. Like just like barely like enough just in the funness to like break that barrier of like, oh yeah, I remember Cletus.
Ooh, Craig was a good one.
I don't
You don't
remember.
know Craig. Craig was from our other campaign.
Okay, thank God. I was like, did I disassociate all of Craig? I'm sorry, Craig.
Craig was what Spud's character last night went to a battle pit at like a bar to kind of he vent some steam and just kind of he's a monk. That's what he does, and this random NPC gets in a fight with him, and Sean and I were bored and we're just shouting like, "Go, Craig! Kick his ass, Craig! You got him!" And then Spud just beats the hell out of him. He's like, "Oh, boo! You cheated!"
Oh, did Craig die though?
No, in fact, he was a recurring character. He kept coming back because he wanted revenge.
Nice.
So he came back, got the crap beat out of him again, and then he came back with like a posse of his gang he was with. And then
Oh,
they just paid him off.
okay. So, question then. Of the random notable NPCs that we've dealt with, which one do you think is the most likely to show up back in this campaign and why?
I'm gonna go with Mizak.
Okay.
Wait, Mizak was the goblin.
No, that was
Mizak
Ziggle.
was the
Mizak was the kobold.
kobold. I'm gonna go with Mizak
Yeah.
because we know he's on a ship,
Yeah.
therefore he's probably safe, and we're now stuck going on a lot of ships now. So
Okay, so I buy into that idea like hardcore, like the thought of just like Mizak popping up on a ship that we're on, just like him like being the captain or some like crazy shit like that sounds funny as fuck. Um,
we
but
got a
then
lot of
like,
votes for Mizak in the chat too.
but like, here's the thing: I don't want to say what my actual favorite is because I have like something in my head that would be just so funny and so amazing that I don't want to jinx it happening by like saying it. But if you want to know, I'm going to start an OnlyFans under the hashtag underscore Volred, and for a subscription of $100 a month, I will let you know which NPC I think would be the funniest to come back.
I don't know what your crowd and audience is gonna be for that, but good luck.
I mean, if there's enough people, I can hire Britmix Studios, which you can find on Instagram, to draw some erotic art. If Britmix is willing, no pressure. You could say no. I can hire someone else and just split the earnings of the OnlyFans.
I think like the first picture of Mizak is technically him nude, so don't know what you're gonna get out of that.
Yeah, but I mean, okay.
Not a sexy nude though, but also isn't Mizak like a? I don't know if Mizak is a child because he's a kobold. It's so hard.
Okay, well, we're gonna back away from any child-related stuff, but like you're right though. I mean, we've all seen ugly pictures of naked people. Just because
I've seen
you're
a
naked
picture of
doesn't mean you're
myself.
hot.
Yeah, I've seen myself in a mirror.
Yeah, same.
Like, ugh, what's going on there?
See, that's when you suck it in and kind of turn from the side and just like put one leg up so it like pokes the butt out. That's what you're missing.
Just looks worse at the side. There's no sucking in enough.
You got the wrong angles.
I'm tall. You're tall too. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a tall problem. We are all bad angles from us. Imagine what people see when they look at us, because it's all from like down here.
It's all basically like.
Oh man.
Wait. It's. Oh, actually, wait. This is what I see.
Short people. Riveting.
Hi.
Don't pick up short people. They don't like it.
Oh, I'm gonna get canceled for making fun of short people.
Oh no, we've made like drug references and stuff. We're not gonna get canceled for that.
Well, yeah, that's because everyone likes drugs.
We also mentioned Russia. On to the next question. Do you have any expectations about what we can do with the property we got?
Like, no, but yes. So, like, on a serious level, no, not fully. It is just but a house. But, like, me IRL, the, like, idea of just, like, oh, let's accessorize this room. Let's Property Brothers this shit. Like, that definitely compels to some, like, core me sort of funness. But in terms of, like, Volred as a character, and, I mean, unless, like, you could hire a contractor to just, like, recreate the house and turn it into, like, you know, a design of his face and, you know, some like crazy rich people shit. It's just sort of like, well, this is just a piece of dump like everywhere else we've stayed, but no, it's just like a little more comfortable.
Well, what if we made like a giant illusion around the house to make it look like a giant face of Volred?
I'm pretty interested.
All right, we got a plan.
Does Azal know how to do that kind of magic? Because it seems like Azal can't really do a lot of magic.
Nah, all could do like little bitty 5-foot square magic.
Yeah.
Just like once. But we got a wizard in the party.
That's true. Oh, you know what? To kind of back up a little bit, because you'd asked me about going into the sewers. The first time, obviously, I said Cletus was like the goat. But the second time, when we hit that like booby trap, I was like,
Oh, when the booby trap hit Caleb.
oh, yeah. But like when that popped off, I was like, oh. Okay, one of us is gonna die. Okay, great. Hopefully it's not me again, but if it is me, you know what? Whatever. That's fine. I'm not saying kill me, Eric. Please don't kill me, but like at this point I've died. If I die again, okay, cool. Like sometimes people die.
Neat part about that trap, it would have done like 20 damage to you at max.
We fucked those guys up though, even though like there were some grenades and stuff. That was fun. It was good to do some combat for the first time in like
When's the last fight we were in before that?
like three? Is that 3 months?
The last fight we were in was against the Necromancer, wasn't it?
I'm not good at math.
I don't remember a fight at any point around any of those.
You know what though? That might be because we're both alcoholics.
That's right. We drink until those memories go away.
What's my character's name?
Starts with a Q?
Dare Love.
There we go.
There we go, yeah.
Hey, how about us, both of us, not giving the Fey person our names?
There we go.
Haha, take that, you charlatan. We've got a question here. Question for both. This one's from Eric. For each other member in the party, what question about them would you like an answer to? I don't know how he managed to put a question in here because he's not in the chat.
Oh, excuse me. Eric's presence made me sneeze.
Oh, it's a chill in the air.
Oh, wait, okay. Can you say that again?
For each other member in the party, what question about them would you like an answer to?
Oh, I mean, I guess with Kelmac, like, I mean, obviously it's like, okay, like, WTF is up with, like, your night terrors. Pretty on the nose, but yeah, I mean, that seems... Yeah. With Yandere, since I don't know really a lot so far, it's kind of hard to formulate, like, a full question, but I would just present, I think my question would be, why?
Just why? Isn't that your question at the beginning of every Adjacent with Jace?
Oh. Damn. Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah. Well, what about you? What would you ask them?
I would ask Kelmac a very similar one. I was like, what did you do that fucked you up royally to be this way? Because something's wrong with you, boy.
Yep.
And with Yandere, I would be more curious about how good they are, because when it comes to someone who deals directly with death, you know, like, how much do you value the life part? If you want to be master of both, you got to kind of have to qualify both of them. Like, do you really value them both equally? Mm. It's like, well, they're dead. Might as well leave them that way.
I guess I have a question for Yandere then is, tell me precisely how many times has putting something in front of a door actively, like, actually helped you? Quantitatively? Like, oh, yeah, for sure. Like this time I like blocked the door. I could hear there's an undead out there.
That's a good question. That's a big mystery currently. Like, why are you obsessed with blocking the door?
Ooh,
We're in a house. There's a
okay.
window. The window's easier to get into.
To the window.
To the wall.
Thank you.
Cast alarm.
All these
I've
goblins crawl.
I have a question for Caleb that I would like answered would be, have you been possessed already by your book?
I think probably. I feel like the book is. I don't know. Azal is pretty secretive too about some general shit. So I'm kind of like
I'm an open book about absolutely everything except for one thing that y'all keep bugging me about.
your family history.
Oh no, I'm all open about that.
Family history. It's the why though.
I've already basically said why.
Yeah, I don't believe it though.
Oh yeah, you don't have to believe it.
Well, I mean, I'm not. I mean, yeah, but either way, like, you're sneaky.
That's just the image I put forward. Much like everyone thinks I'm hiding a bunch of shit. Like I could just keep putting up the front and say that I don't hide anything, and then when I finally reveal it,
Hey, you're gonna be mad because no one's gonna act surprised.
I knew it all along. It's like, okay. No, who'd be really surprised? Eric. He's like, what?
You know what though? If you can hit Eric with that hard of a curveball, go for it.
He's got enough to worry about with characters who actually have backstory.
I'm just saying, Salt Bay, just sprinkle some salt.
Sprinkle in some season in there.
Do it.
Jace is all curveball. I get no backstory from him. My backstory is nothing. I will say this. Last session was super fun for Rizal. She had like the best freaking time. Last couple days have been amazing.
I mean, you had a portrait painted. You got possessed.
It's all great.
Yeah, I mean that sounds fun. Does your portrait happen to look anything like Vigo from Ghostbusters 2?
Oh damn, my plot's been ruined.
It's Vigo. Vigo.
I just watched Ghostbusters 2 yesterday at work.
Really?
Yeah, at work.
Oh, it's such a good movie. Oh man, it's Vigo.
It's Vigo.
Wow, who knew that I was gonna randomly throw out a random like
Who'd expect a Ghostbusters 2 reference at this modern
yeah,
era?
yeah, especially a Ghostbusters 2 reference.
The old Rick Moranis.
Yeah, I mean, listen though, like Sigourney Weaver, like
That was her time.
Sigourney Weaver fucks, and I don't even mean that in like a sexual way, but like in a oh, like you're fucking bomb.
The reason, like, he's all had a great time the last few sessions, mostly because everything has all been like, it's like we're becoming a party. It's like this is what a party does, right? Like we got a house now. There's a cleric now in the party. They got a light bringer. There's a guy with a vicious weapon. I have the axe. Someone's died already. It's all coming together. There's a guy who used to be, it's a river, so that's part of the other party. It's like, oh man, this is so fun.
Are all the pieces of the pie coming together?
Imagine Isal is basically like the biggest fan of what an adventurer or an adventuring party is. Like that's like the goal. So she's like, this is exactly what it's like in the books. This is great.
So what would Azal's therapist say about this feeling?
It's like, you need to go out and live. Like, you're literally putting your life on the line for these things.
Yeah,
It's
do you
fun.
think you're putting too much pressure on having the perfect storybook party?
No, I think I'm putting just like the regular amount of pressure on it. Look, I'm paying for this session.
That was a Volred reaction.
Just staring off in the distance. Well, look at it from her perspective is she found a cleric who praises to be like to know the mastery of like life and death, which is one of the literal prayers of her grandfather. It's in a party. Also, they're now in the party. Who that person has a lightbringer, and a party member has a vicious weapon, with not a vicious, a bane dagger of monstrosity, which is another weapon that a member of her grandfather's party had. One of them is their last name is River, which was another member of that party that was with her. They saved an archmage that their other party was like affiliated with. They bought a house. It's all going great. The possession thing was a bit of a curveball, but she got better.
Well, I mean, but like, did she though?
Oh yeah, she's like, this is great.
But like, did she though? Because I mean, when we ended that session, it was just sort of like,
Oh, she's not stupid. She's not like, oh, we're gonna die if we go in there. I'm not gonna stay. No.
oh well, I mean, like, not like that, but I mean, like, Azal was like scratching the shit out of like a stone fireplace, like.
That was the possessed version.
Yeah, but still, that hurt. Like, I that was hurt. That and like the mentality of being possessed. I mean, come on, being possessed can't be fun.
Oh, it's not fun because your friends are hitting you and you want to hit them back and you can't.
Uh, okay.
Just equivalent exchange. If it's also a point like she knows like if anyone can take this, it's probably me. As then she gets shot in like the neck by you. Like, oh god, there are other places you can shoot me.
Hey, it wasn't me. It was Volred.
Uh-huh.
Should he have not have shot Azal?
No, you should have done exactly what your character did.
Hmm.
Decide you don't have to apply sneak attack, but you chose to. Just
It
like
worked.
Kelmac didn't have to divine smite, but he chose to
It worked out in the end.
because of the cleric.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a fun session. On the way on to another question. Oh, we're running out of time. Anyway, let's try to get these last two out of the way. What is your favorite thing that you've done and the party has done so far?
Oh, I I think that's a little too tough to answer just because there's been a lot of fun moments. I, hmm. Honestly, I don't know if I could answer that just because that feels like there's a lot of pressure to that question, and I want to make it matter.
Gotcha. Keep it in mind then. It could be like 3 months before you're on again.
No, that's true. I mean, I think I just I like a lot of the moments where just stupid stuff is going on. I like it when I offer people copper to eat copper or gold to eat copper. That's always fun. Um, any opportunity to um, put down the rest of the party is fun, sort of like last session. Uh, that was a
Look at this punching bag I can just shoot.
yeah, like oh, I can just kind of say whatever the fuck I want. That's always fun. Um, terms of the party as a whole, I enjoy the fighting, even though I died. That was my fault. It's still always fun to shoot things, and kill things, and chop things heads off with arrows, and have grenades explode on people but not die. And casting sleep spells really early in the game. Yeah. Not me, but just the party, yeah.
What are you looking forward to, if anything, aside from the family plot currently going on?
Honestly, not much. I'm trying not to put any sort of heavy expectations on anything, especially with the sort of family plot lingering. I'm trying to just keep my head on my shoulders, focus on what we're doing in said session, and realistically for Volred, with what he's dealing with, it's sort of kind of hard to envision a future much ahead of the pending family issues. So I mean, maybe that's the answer. It is the family issues.
All right, Deadpool. Who you voting for? We got 2 new characters in here.
Azal.
Yeah.
Fucking die, you bitch.
Yay. Some asshole went and put a questionnaire at the last moment. Question for Volred: what might you be willing to do in order to put off facing your backstory?
I think there's a lot of potential now that we have a house to just really lean into the idea of performing some local business. And what I think would be a really great idea is a brothel. I think it would be great. Let's recruit some prostitutes. We have 6 beds total, I think, because there's 4 rooms and 2 of them have separate beds in each. So, I mean, if you think about the amount of revenue you could bring in as a brothel, we don't really need to pay for security because we are the security. So it's really about just leveraging local connections to really get our name out there. And it might help if we're going that route to go ahead and turn the first story into sort of a small bar for the patrons. Nothing crazy, but I don't know what the liquor license laws are in the city. I'm hoping they're not that expensive, but I understand how bureaucracy can be, and it could take a while to really see that take full fledged.
I know this might be a part of a joke, but this actually sounds like a really good idea. Because the next part of our plot is to do your backstory, so we don't have to do that. We could just kind of stay.
Kiosa is actually not what I said it is. It's just a giant area that is a whorehouse.
That's the curveball we throw Eric. It's yeah, guess what, dude? Whore time.
Yeah.
We already got the sign for the front. Sweet Nut Manor. It's all coming together.
Yes, there we go. Get ready, Eric. We're doing a brothel, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Start looking up local laws.
Yeah. How do you say prostitute in Elvish?
Are we zoned for this? I don't know if we're zoned for it, though.
I mean, is anyone really zoned for a brothel?
Nah, we don't care. We're the adventuring quarter.
Yeah, I mean, how many? There's got to be 3 other brothels on our street.
So you're saying it might be watered down already?
I mean, if there's demand and not enough supply, that's just basic economics.
That's it. Okay, I'm gonna need a favor from you. Could you please roll me a D percentile?
Damn, I wasn't prepared for this. While I pull up my ability to do that, Eric, I need you to think about how slutty is the area we're in.
He said we're 2 blocks away from the red light district.
Oh, okay, even better.
So we might be slightly more convenient, therefore get that early traffic.
Get the traffic early, get it often, do everything you can. Oh, okay. So for whatever reason, my D&D Beyond is not giving me just the general dice roll option. One sec.
Gotta pull up that roll 20 or random dice roller.
I am going to use this website that allows me to just roll a die. 18.
18. According to the wild magic chart, you grow a long beard made of feathers that remains until you sneeze, at which point the feathers explode out from your face.
That sounds kind of hot.
You're like a giant turkey.
Happy Thanksgiving. Oh, wait, we're in October.
We don't celebrate that here.
No.
Happy Go Out and Vote Day. Was that Columbus Day? Let's do that. Let's vote.
Yeah, I don't think Columbus.
Let's vote. Well, today was fun, so thank you all for coming. I really have to go, and I hope you liked watching this really crappy show. So please like, follow, and subscribe is what I'm supposed to say. And as always, we'll see you next Tuesday.
Same.
Good night, everyone. See you at the end of October.
The end of time.
Yep.
Walking hand in hand on the ocean floor, down deep we wander. Louder we sing, no there is no cure in this together.